The UFC's man pound for pound rankings. I see a lot of debate about that online, a lot of different takes, a lot of people being angry about the official pound for pound rankings. Let me give you my official list that I personally think is the best with explanation in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Assalamu alaikum Malara.
Before we start, you guys, don't forget to check out my merch, links in the bio, University of Violence collection, a lot of more collections in the link in bio. Now let's get right into it. This is a website from the UFC. It's called statleaders.ufc.com, where you can do the same as I do right now. You can create your own pound for pound rankings, right? Before we start, let me tell you the following. The pound for pound ranking is the hardest ranking to do because it's so subjective in a way, since there's no official stipulation. The official rule would be if they would all be in the same weight class, who would win, but this makes no sense, obviously, because you never know how Tom Aspinall would look as a featherweight, his body type, everything would be different, so it just makes no sense. So for me, the pound for pound list that I do right now is the best. I will try to explain it. Plus, the top 5, in my opinion, are non-negotiable. After top 5, I'm open for debate. There's a lot of different interpretations. I can see reasons for why you pick someone else. Write your list in the comments, by the way. Write in the comments what you disagree with, because I had a tough time doing this list. After the top 5, I was like, yeah, but this, but let's start. First name, I don't even know how to do this. First fighter is not Ilia Bonfim, it's Ilia El Matador Topuria. I know a lot of Islam fanboys will come at me now. I'm not even mad at you. If I would be a humongous Islam fan, I'll probably be like, he's #1, because you can definitely make an argument for that. 100%. 100% you can make an argument for Islam. But for me, pound for pound is also dominance and all of that. And Ilia is undefeated. He's never lost a fight in his professional career. Plus, he's a 2-division champion. He now knocked out the three of the greatest in each division for his title, right? I mean, Volk, together with Aldo, the greatest featherweight of all time. Max Holloway, one of the top 3, definitely top 5 greatest featherweights of all time. Charles Oliveira, you can make an argument top 5 greatest lightweights of all time in terms of what he accomplished, in terms of he had the same amount of title defense as Khabib, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like he knocked out nobodies, and he knocked them out pretty quick. Rounds 2 for Volk, round 3 for Holloway, round 1 for Oliveira, right? That's dominance for me. Islam is also very dominant, but Ilia just surpasses him because he finished him so quick, because he moved up a weight class already and beat him already. If Islam beats Jack, Islam is #1 again for me. So they were in a head-to-head race. That's why they should fight. And then #2 goes without saying, Islam Makhachev. Then #3, in my opinion, also goes without saying. It's insane that the official UFC ranking has it different, but it is clear to me that this is Alexandre Pantoja. I mean, how many title defenses does he have now? 4 or something? He beat everyone so often, he has to rematch them 2 times and stuff like that. Like, against Brandon Moreno, he's having the 550,000th fight against him. He beat him every single time. Like, he had such a long win streak before he even got to the title. That's why I think the whole Demetrius Johnson debate, I will do a video about that, but he's very close to beating Demetrius Johnson in terms of GOAT conversation, because he had a hard road to the title shot, whilst DJ got a title shot pretty much immediately, right? So Pantoja, in my opinion, clear #3. He finished people, he doesn't just decision them. He's defended the belt multiple times, beat all the up-and-comers, the knockout artists like Kaikara France, like the Japanese guy Asakura, the grapplers, like he beat everyone, right? So that's easy for me. There's no debate for me there. And then Merab is #4. Merab has a style that is so hard to beat if you go back to in the same weight division who would win. Merab has such a hard style to beat. He's such a grinder. He's on a forever winning streak, right? He hasn't lost in a long time. And yeah, he's just an absolute beast. Has 2 title defenses now. Beat Sean O'Malley, a knockout artist. Beat Umar, who most people thought he would lose to. So it's pretty clear to me that Merab is #4. And then #5, in my opinion, right, 5 is clearly Dricus du Plessis. Why? Because Dricus has 2 title defenses now, right? He beat Izzy, the knockout artist, finished him, the first guy to ever submit him. He beat the crap out of Sean Strickland. He's a guy that I always say he can't be that good. I don't know why he's winning, but he's winning. That's all that matters. He beats everyone pretty decisively. The only time that he had a very close fight was against Sean Strickland. The first time, I actually thought Sean won that fight, but you can argue both ways. He's so dominant, he seems to be unstoppable at the moment, and the fight against Hamzat will be very, very interesting, right? So for me, Dricos is clearly number 5 with his 2 title defenses and the recent history of him. Then number 6, and this is where the controversy starts. This is where I can see people saying like, what are you talking about, blah, 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 this and that. Let me try to argue my points, and you can write your opinion in the comments. First 5, non-negotiable for me. Number 6 is Big Unk. I'm not a fan of him at all. I am really not a fan of him. I don't hate him, but I don't like to watch him. But he has been on an insane win streak, not in terms of the length, just in terms of the names. He only has 1 loss to Paul Craig, which you could call a fluke loss. Of course, Paul Craig won, but it's not like Paul Craig dominated him. Everyone can get catched. Otherwise, you can say Islam can never be the best ever because he got knocked out by Adriano Martins 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Ever since then, he beat the crap out of guys like Johnny Walker. He beat the crap out of a lot of great guys on his way to the title. Alexander Rakic, you name it. He had a hard road to the title shot and then beat the guy who seemed unbeatable light heavyweight, Alex Pereira, in, a very nice way in terms of it wasn't entertaining or something, but he dominated him kind of on the feet and on the ground. It was not a insane domination, but you get what I'm saying. He beat the kickboxer in the kickboxing. And of course, Alex Pereira might have been injured or whatever, but that doesn't factor into the equation. So for me, Magomed Ankalaev is number 6 because of that, because he beat the real champion for the belt, had very good wins before that, and the light heavyweight division might not be the best division, but it's still a better division than the guy that comes next. The guy that comes next is Tommy Aspinall. I first had Tommy Aspinall at 6, but then I was like, Unk just faced the better competition and he's in the harder division right now because Tom Aspinall, he is, in my opinion, skill-wise and everything, like the way he finishes fights, you can make an argument for him being number 6 because he finishes fights. He doesn't even let his opponents do anything, which you could say that's exactly what pound for pound is for, and I would accept that. But for me, it's just he never really won the undisputed belt, which isn't necessarily his fault, right? But if you look at his win streak, Volkov was a great win. I mean, of course, Curtis Blades, but it's not like Curtis Blades is an unbeatable guy. He has been beat by a lot of guys already. And the heavyweight division is as weak as it has ever been. As weak as it has ever been. I mean, Marcin Tybura, the guy that he beat for his comeback. I mean, come on. He's a freaking bus driver, Marcin Tybura. So, I have to put him behind Unk just because of the competition they face, but I do think Aspinall with one more title, like with the title defense or an official undisputed title defense now, would be number 6 in front of Unk, of course, unless Unk, I don't know, has a crazy performance against someone else. But I am pretty, on thin ice with those two. It's everything that comes now is just, you can argue about it, but this is my interpretation of it. Then number 8, probably some people of you already thought, where the hell is he? Is Volk. And Volk is just, I would love to put him further there, but I'm thinking like, Volk lost 2 fights back to back by knockout, and of course you can say the Islam fight was short notice, 1 weight class up, of course, but he got knocked out. Then the next fight, of course you can say it was too short after the Ilia fight, but after the Islam fight, but he got knocked out. At the end of the day, you can always make excuses for everything, and they might be valid in this case as well, but at the end of the day, it's about statistics and what happened to you recently, and your recent 3 fights, you got knocked out 2 times, bro. Your last win before the Diego Lopez win was, I'm not good at math, but like over 2 years ago, you know what I mean? So I have a hard time putting him in front of guys like Ankalaev or Aspinall who haven't lost a fight in forever. Tom Aspinall's last loss was by a heel hook 10 years ago. Well, after that, he had a DQ loss where he illegal elbowed someone, plus Curtis Blades loss. But an injury loss, like, that is as fluke as it gets. You cannot say Curtis Blades has anything to do with that. You know what I mean? If you get knocked out, you get knocked out by the other guy. So that's why Volkanovski is number 8 for me. I put him there out of respect as well, because he looked amazing against Diego Lopez. Because if he would not have looked that amazing against Lopez and nearly put him out several times, the guy that comes next should be in front of him. But I had to put him behind him. Oh, you cannot write JDM. Jack Della Maddalena, because Jack Della Maddalena, of course you would say, but yeah, but he's on a long win streak. Volk has lost 2 fights, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but Volk in his last like 5 fights beat a lot of crazy names, and his last fight again against Diego Lopez was against the most dangerous guy in the division, you could argue, right? Against a dangerous knockout threat, an insanely dangerous guy that he beat for 5 rounds, which is hard to do against a knockout artist. And JDM, he is very good, but look at the guys he's beat to get to the title. Most of the guys he's beat, I mean, a Kevin Holland, it's not a bad win, but it's not a win where I'm like, oh my god, you must be crazy, insanely elite to beat Kevin Holland. Basil Hafez nearly beat him, you know what I mean? It was short notice, yeah, but if you're that good, you know what I mean? It's just, the wins he got to the title, and then he beat Belal, who looked like a dominant guy. Yes, he beat him insanely good, of course. But you never know how good Belal was that night, and I agree, Czech looked amazing. Czech has the potential to rise up in those rankings a lot. If he wins against Islam, he's immediately like behind like Merab. He surpasses Dricus in my opinion if he beats Islam. But that has to happen first. You know what I mean? And I just judge by what happened lately. Who did you face and all of that, and that's why JDM is number 9 for me. And now we have all the champions are ranked. Now it gets tricky again. I have Poatan, you also can't write Poatan, Pereira, because, not Michel Pereira, Alex Pereira, because Alex Pereira was a champ, defended it several times, right? He had that loss against Ankalaev, but you could argue like maybe he wasn't himself, blah blah blah, this and that. It's one loss. It's not like he got knocked out cold or something. It's one loss. It's a decision loss. He clearly won the fight in my opinion, Ankalaev, but it wasn't like Pereira just got absolutely embarrassed out there. So Pereira is still up there in my opinion. He's still one of the most dangerous dudes, and that's why I have him at number 10. Number 11 that I have, I wonder what people think about that, is Khamzat Chimaev. Just because Khamzat is so dominant. Khamzat just beats the crap out of everyone. I mean, Whitaker not too long ago was on the pound for pound rankings, and Khamzat just crushed him in no time. I mean, most of his opponents, he just crushes them. And it's a shame that he isn't champion since 2 years already. I mean, I feel like he's been promised title shots years and years ago. When he beat Gilbert Burns, they were promised a title shot. When he beat Kamaru Usman, he was promised a title shot. That was nearly 2 years ago now. And he just keeps on beating everyone they put in front of him. He never lost a fight in his life. The only reason why he's not much higher up in that ranking is because he is not the champion yet. So if he beats Dricus, he jumps up a lot in that ranking. And I do believe that for what pound for pound is worth, for the real raw pound for pound, which should not even include the title and all of that, it should just include, as I said, how good, how skilled you are, how effective you are, but that just doesn't make too much sense to rank, as I mentioned in the beginning. Khamzat Chimaev, number 11, I think that's a perfect fit for him. Then number 12 is Belal. I had a hard time putting him there because at the end of the day, to be in the pound for pound rankings, you somehow also need to have a little bit of an ability to finish. Because I also thought about putting Movsar Evloev in that ranking, but then I was like, Movsar beats good guys, but like, I don't really see anything that would put him in there that I'll be like, yeah man, Movsar, put him against whoever, he will beat anyone, you know what I mean? So yeah, Belal, I mean, he was so effective against so many guys that it would kind of be a disrespect to not put him in there. He never had a title defense and all of that. Of course, again, you can make the argument, maybe he had an off night against JDM, but I just do think, I don't like his style. I would love to not have him in the ranking, but I just feel like you have to put him there, otherwise you're kind of inconsistent. You know what I mean? So that's why I put Belal in there. And then number 13 for me is Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan, I mean, ever since he lost to Islam on very short notice at 21 years old, he's been on a tear. I said it a million times, I think he beat Gamrot in that fight, so in my opinion, he's on a forever win streak now. He beat Charles Oliveira, who in the official pound for pound rankings is number 15, which I don't understand, but He beat Charles Oliveira in a close fight, yeah, but he beat Charles Oliveira. He beat so many guys in a nice, decisive way. He's so good everywhere. He's so dominant with his fighting style, and I do believe he probably has the best shot at Ilia right now at lightweight. I do think out of everyone, he, of course, Islam not included, he has the best shot at him. So I do believe Arman, yeah, as I said, after top 5, especially after the top 9, when the champions are done, you can make thousands of arguments for everyone, but that's how I rank it. That's why I think Arman should be there. And then behind him is, maybe surprising to a lot of people, Sean Brady. Hey, I mean, Sean Brady has been dominating everyone he fought, other than Belal, where whatever he tried to tell me, he did not look like himself. He looked very weird out there, but that's quite some while ago already, right? 4 years ago, something like that. Ever since he's been on Taylor, he's been finishing people as well. He's not a decision merchant. He just freaking tapped Leon Edwards. No one ever tapped Leon Edwards. You know what I mean? Like, Sean Brady's a freaking monster. He's a train, and he is a potential future champion. So I think he should be in the pound for pound rankings. The only reason why he's not in front of Belal or someone is because he lost to Belal, and it will kind of be hypocritical to say he's in front of Belal if he lost to Belal and he's not the champion yet. So Sean Brady is such a dominant fighter, such a tricky style as well for everyone, and that's why I believe he deserves to be in the pound for pound ranking. The last spot is someone that some people already probably have in their head and are like, where is he? Why is he not in your ranking yet? Max Blast Holloway. And I had actually my thoughts about even putting him in that ranking, because at the end of the day, a pound for pound ranking is not a who is one of the greatest ever rankings. Pound for pound rankings is what's going on right now. It's not about 3 years ago, yeah, but he had featherweight title defenses and this and that. That doesn't matter. Otherwise, put Conor in there, put all those guys in there, you know what I mean? It is about what have you done for me recently. And Max Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje recently. That's also the reason why he's still in that ranking, because he is still the BMF belt holder, but he lost to Volk 3 times. After that, he beat the Korean Zombie. What a win, you know what I mean? And then after Korean Zombie loss, he went up to fight Gaethje, right? That was afterwards. Beat Gaethje in a crazy win. He looked so spectacular. He looked like a pound for pound number 5 or something in that fight. He looked incredible. But then again, in the next fight, got knocked out. It was not a fluke knockout. I mean, it was over 3 rounds, right? He looked good in there, but he got knocked out by the pound for pound number 1 right now, by Ilia Topuria. But I have a hard time ranking someone, let's say in front of Hamzat or whatever, who has been on a forever winning streak if you have lost a lot of fights recently. And I don't care how good you are skill-wise, hypothetically. Max has the skills to beat anyone in lightweight and featherweight. But that's not what has been happening recently. And you could say Justin Gaethje maybe is not the toughest stylistic matchup for Max. So that's why I put Max in there out of respect, and because he also deserves to be in there in a way. He's a PMF title holder and all of that, but I cannot put him in front of guys who are on forever winning streaks. And of course, you can also say it depends on who you're facing, what the competition is. But Sean Brady just faced Leon Edwards, who is a former champion who just lost the belt before that. It's not like he's beating 50-year-old guys or something. So that's more Max Holloway with the Korean Zombie, you know what I mean? I love Max Holloway to my core, but I do believe that's the spot where he belongs. Charles Oliveira, I love him to death, but he's not in the pound for pound rankings, bro. He lost so many fights recently, and yeah, he's so freaking good, but we just have to look at what happened to you recently. So these are my top 15. Number 1 to number 5, as I said, is not negotiable for me. The rest, I'm open for your takes. Write your takes in the comments, you guys. What do you think? Where do you rank who? Probably a lot of you people, because pound for pound rankings always, there's never pound for pound ranking that is perfect for anyone. It's always like, no, but this, and people always have their bias. Obviously, everyone has their bias, me probably as well. I try to make this as unbiased as I can, because I'm really not an Ankalaev fan. I would have never put him there, but I try to make it as unbiased as I can, as realistic and clear-minded as I can. This is my ranking. Write your ranking in the comments. Write in the comments what you disagree with. Write it all in the comments. Like this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Would appreciate that. Check out my merch, bloodsport.net. Become a member. Check out the Twitch streams. All the link in bio. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody. And until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.